Beloved chosen one, heaven has stopped the noise of your world for this very moment. You did not arrive here by chance. Every distraction, every delay, every unseen force that tried to pull you away from this word failed because heaven scheduled this encounter. You are being called out of confusion into clarity, out of fear into purpose. Listen closely. What you do with this message determines what heaven releases next. You have always known that you were different. Others may not have understood the way your spirit moves. But deep inside, you've carried an awareness that you were marked for something higher. You've walked through storms that weren't meant to destroy you, but to reveal you. The opposition you faced was proof of your calling, not a sign of your failure. You've been refined by fire so your light could shine through gold. The enemy tried to bury you in silence, thinking you would quit before the promise came. But what he didn't know is that heaven uses the waiting to make warriors. Your tears were never wasted, they were counted. Your loneliness was not abandonment. It was the classroom of divine alignment. Every unanswered question, every night you whispered why me was shaping the anointing now being awakened inside you. Lift your head, chosen one. The time of hiding is ending. You are not forgotten, you are being unveiled. The silence was never punishment. It was a sacred pause before revelation. Heaven has been rearranging your path, positioning you for the doors that will open in the coming season. You are stepping into a divine interruption, and everything about your life is about to shift because you finally said yes to your calling. Do not underestimate what obedience will unlock. Heaven is not waiting for perfection, it is waiting for surrender. The moment you choose obedience over comfort, favor begins to flow in your direction. You will look back and realize that the very things that broke your heart were the things that built your faith. The pressure made you powerful. The rejection made you ready. The pain became your platform. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, it is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. This is your confirmation you will rise again. You will not be defeated by what you went through. You will not drown in the waves that were designed to carry you higher. The same God who began the work within you is faithful to finish it. Your strength is being renewed, and your peace is being restored, and your purpose is being reignited. So now, as heaven speaks, respond in faith. If this message burns within your spirit, do not scroll past it. Engage with it as an act of agreement. Like this message to declare, I receive my word. Share it so that another soul might awaken. Comment below the prophetic number 777, a sign of divine completion and spiritual alignment. And if you have not yet, subscribe not as a ritual, but as a commitment to remain connected to the flow of revelation heaven is pouring into your life. This is the beginning of your new chapter. Your obedience is the key. Your blessing is already waiting. All heaven needs now is your yes. You have always carried something that set you apart. Chosen one. Long before you had words for it, the atmosphere recognized you. People could sense there was something about you that didn't quite fit the mold of ordinary. It wasn't pride, and it wasn't rebellion, it was heaven's signature, written on your spirit before you took your first breath. You were marked, chosen, and appointed for a destiny that demands difference. The tension you've lived through, the sense of not belonging, was never rejection. It was revelation. The world could not handle the weight of your light, and so you were misunderstood. Some called you too sensitive, too spiritual, too intense. But they didn't see that your sensitivity was discernment. Your intensity was conviction, and your spirit was responding to a kingdom calling that earth could not comprehend. There were moments you tried to shrink to fit in. You dulled your fire so you wouldn't make others uncomfortable. You hid your dreams because people around you lacked the vision to see what you saw. Yet even in silence, your spirit kept whispering, "This isn't where you belong." The call of heaven kept echoing within you. There's more, and there is more purpose, more authority, more power waiting to be unlocked through the very difference you once tried to hide. That difference is not a flaw. It's your divine fingerprint. Heaven placed it within you so that when your appointed time came, the world would recognize the light that only you could carry. Every chosen one carries a mark, and yours glows brightest when you stop apologizing for being who you are. The attacks against your identity were never random. They were targeted attempts to erase your awareness of who you've always been. When others walked away, heaven was clearing the room. When opportunities collapsed, heaven was preventing misalignment. You weren't being excluded, you were being protected. God was reserving you for an audience that could see you as He sees you. You are not like the rest because your path cannot be ordinary. Where others can compromise, you cannot. Where others can settle, you cannot. The same grace that preserves your purpose will also isolate you from contamination. Do not mistake holiness for loneliness. What feels like separation is actually consecration. You are being prepared for divine use, not public approval. Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, set apart, appointed to the nations. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. It is written in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Those words are your mirror, chosen one. You were known before you were visible. You were appointed before you were acknowledged. You are not walking toward your calling, you are walking back to it, rediscovering the truth that heaven declared over you long ago. The world did not choose you, so the world cannot cancel you. What God has ordained will outlast every misunderstanding, every rumor, every false start. So, embrace your difference. Stop explaining your anointing to those who cannot comprehend it. Let the world question. Let heaven confirm. You are marked for influence that reaches beyond circles of comfort. Your voice will carry healing. Your presence will shift atmospheres. Your obedience will inspire generations you may never meet. You are not a mistake. You are not too late. You are exactly where divine timing placed you. The mark you carry is not a burden, it is evidence that heaven has entrusted you with something eternal. Walk boldly in it. You've carried more than most. Chosen one. The weight you bore in silence was never random, it was sacred training. Every heartbreak, every delay, every disappointment was forming strength inside you that comfort could never produce. You didn't realize it, but heaven was using hardship as a chisel to carve out endurance, faith, and divine authority. The weight didn't come to crush you, it came to crown you. There were nights when you whispered, "God, why does it always have to be me?" The tears you cried were not ignored. The silence you endured was not absence, it was divine observation. Heaven saw every sleepless night and stored every tear as evidence that you refused to give up when others would have walked away. The reason your battle was heavier is because your assignment is greater. You were chosen to carry something that few could handle. You have walked through betrayal that cut deeper than words could express. You've been overlooked in rooms where you should have been celebrated. You've served faithfully in seasons where no one thanked you. Yet still, you remained. That resilience is not ordinary strength. It is divine proof that you are sustained by something the world can't understand. You were never walking alone. Heaven was holding you steady when your knees began to shake. Every time you thought it was over, grace pulled you back. Every time you were tempted to give up, hope whispered your name. What you thought was breaking you was actually birthing you. Pain became the birthplace of purpose. The struggle became the soil of strength. You have been refined by the fire, and now, chosen one, the glow of endurance is visible upon you. You must understand what you carry is heavy because it's holy. The anointing is costly. Many admire the crown, but few endure the crushing that produces it. God did not choose you because you were perfect. He chose you because you were willing. You kept showing up, even when you felt unseen. You kept believing, even when the evidence was missing. You passed the test that most would have failed faith under fire. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. It is written in the book of Psalms in chapter 34, verse 19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. That promise belongs to you. Every affliction you faced will turn into a testimony of deliverance. The very things that once hurt you will soon highlight the faithfulness of God in your life. Your endurance is not in vain. The pain that tried to define you will become the platform that refines you. You will rise, not bitter but better, not broken but rebuilt with power. And now, heaven whispers again, gentle yet firm. Don't give up now. You are closer than you think. The breaking point is often the birthing point. If you could see what's about to unfold, you'd understand why the warfare intensified. The enemy doesn't fight the unthreatening, he fights the unstoppable. So I want you to write these words as a declaration of faith. I still believe. Type it boldly below. Not as a comment for attention, but as a covenant with heaven. When you declare I still believe, you are testifying that no storm, no betrayal, no loss has been strong enough to silence your faith. You're reminding the atmosphere that you may be wounded, but you're still standing. That simple phrase carries power. It says to every dark force, I am not finished yet. Your tears are about to water the ground where your next harvest will grow. The same hands that allowed the breaking are now preparing the blessing. Hold on. Chosen one. The story is turning. The war for your obedience has been raging long before you realized it. Chosen one. The enemy never feared your dreams. He feared your surrender. Because once a chosen soul yields completely to heaven's will, no power of darkness can restrain what is released through that life. The resistance you've been facing is not random, it's strategic. The enemy has studied your patterns, your emotions, your weaknesses, and has launched his fiercest attacks at the very gate of your obedience. It is not your gift that threatens hell, it is your submission. Gifts can entertain crowds, but obedience shifts kingdoms. You felt the tension between what you want and what heaven requires. That tug of war inside you isn't confusion, it's collision, flesh meeting spirit, self meeting surrender. God has been asking for your yes, not your performance. Heaven doesn't need your perfection, it desires your availability. There were seasons when you obeyed halfway, when you did what was comfortable, but not what was commanded. Yet even then, mercy held you close. God never withdrew his hand, because he saw what others could not, that despite your hesitation, your heart still longed to obey. Every time you tried to run from the assignment, something inside you wouldn't let you rest. That was purpose chasing you down. You cannot escape what was written about you. You've discovered that obedience is not always glamorous. Sometimes it looks like walking alone, misunderstood and unseen. Sometimes it demands silence when your flesh wants to explain. Sometimes it calls you to release what you love most, trusting that God will return it in divine timing. True obedience costs something. It always requires an altar. But whatever you lay down for heaven will return multiplied in ways you cannot imagine. You've also seen how disobedience delays destiny. The moments when you hesitated, when you tried to compromise, the peace left you. You felt the weight of distance not because God abandoned you, but because He was waiting for you to realign. Heaven cannot bless what you refuse to release. Every act of surrender is a key that unlocks another level of your calling. Think back to every door that closed when you thought you were ready. Those weren't denials, they were divine protections. God knew that premature promotion can destroy what untested character cannot carry. So He hid you, refined you, and trained your obedience in the dark. The longer the preparation, the heavier the anointing. Heaven speaks clearly through the words in Deuteronomy. It is written in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. If you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all His commands I give you today, the Lord your God will set you high above all the nations on earth. This is the law of spiritual elevation. Obedience precedes promotion. You are not waiting on favor, favor is waiting on obedience. The moment you yield completely, doors will open without effort, connections will appear without striving, and opportunities will recognize your name without explanation. Heaven honors surrender. You've been asking for breakthrough, but heaven has been asking for obedience. That is the true battlefield. The enemy's strategy isn't always to tempt you with sin. Often, it's to keep you delayed in partial obedience, doing enough to look surrendered but holding back just enough to stay safe. Yet safety is the enemy of destiny. Chosen one, obedience is your weapon. Every time you say yes to God when it hurts, you strike a blow against darkness. Every time you forgive when you could fight back, heaven advances through your life. Your yes carries the weight of nations. The ripple of your obedience will touch lives you will never meet. And though the war for obedience is fierce, the victory has already been written. When you surrender, you step into the flow of divine power that no resistance can stop. You have reached the crossroad of decision, chosen one. This is not an ordinary moment in time, it is the intersection between what was and what will be. Every delay, every hesitation, every moment you told yourself maybe later has brought you here. But heaven is whispering now. Later has expired. The future is waiting on your obedience. You've been sensing the pull, haven't you? That stirring inside that tells you it's time to move differently, to live with purpose, to stop walking in circles. It's not anxiety, it's alignment. Heaven is calling your spirit to rise beyond fear, beyond confusion, beyond comfort. You are being summoned into your next chapter, and hesitation can no longer be your language. There are moments in destiny where indecision becomes disobedience. You have prayed for signs, yet God has already spoken. You have asked for clarity, yet deep down, you already know what must be done. This is not the season to second-guess divine instruction. The window is open now, but it will not remain open forever. When heaven moves, you must move with it. Your destiny doesn't depend on how much you understand, it depends on how quickly you obey. You cannot wait for perfect conditions. Obedience creates them. You cannot keep looking for confirmation when conviction has already spoken. Heaven doesn't need your reasoning. It desires your trust. The reason your life feels like it's in transition is because it is. You've outgrown old seasons, but you haven't fully stepped into the new one. You are standing on holy ground, the in-between space where God tests faith before releasing favor. Many people stay stuck here, repeating cycles of hesitation, but not you. You are chosen to break the cycle by saying yes once and for all. The apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians. It is written in the first book of Corinthians, chapter 2, Verse 9. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him. You cannot even imagine what waits on the other side of your obedience. Every fear that whispers you'll fail is lying. Every memory of past mistakes is irrelevant. You are not that person anymore. You are being transformed by the very fire that once tried to destroy you. God is not asking you to understand, He is asking you to trust. And trust looks like movement. Faith that stays still is not faith, it's fear in disguise. Step out, even if your voice shakes. Obedience doesn't mean confidence, it means surrender. Heaven honors the trembling yes more than the comfortable later. So as you stand at this crossroad, pause and breathe. Feel the weight of this divine invitation. The door before you leads to restoration, healing, and divine overflow. But it requires your yes now, not tomorrow. If this message is stirring your heart, take a moment to respond in gratitude. Let your yes echo beyond words. Like this message as a sign of agreement. Share it if you know someone else standing at their own crossroad. And subscribe not for numbers or routine, but to remain connected to every word heaven releases in this season of transformation. Your next chapter begins with one decision. Don't wait until the opportunity fades. Heaven is waiting for your yes. When heaven grows silent. Chosen one, it is not a sign of abandonment, it is a test of alignment. You have entered a season where the familiar voice seems distant, where prayers echo but answers seem hidden. Yet even in the quiet, heaven is working more deeply than you realize. The silence of God is never empty, it is full of preparation. You've been trained to feel secure when you can hear His voice clearly. But the greatest growth comes when faith must walk without constant reassurance. The silence is not punishment, it is maturity. God is teaching you to trust what He already said, not to depend on constant signs. The lesson is simple but powerful. His silence does not mean His absence. There were nights when you cried out, asking, "Lord, have you forgotten me?" And heaven whispered, "I'm closer than ever." In these quiet places, your roots are growing deeper. You are learning to stand on the last word spoken, to walk even when visibility is low, to rest even when revelation pauses. What looks like delay is really the stillness before divine unveiling. Remember this, seeds do not grow in noise. They grow in darkness, in silence, beneath the soil where no one sees. You, too, are being cultivated in the hidden place. The world may think you're stagnant, but heaven knows you're sprouting. Every unseen moment of endurance is proof that faith is alive in you. The silence is not a void, it's the womb of your next season. You may not hear the roar of heaven right now, but heaven still hears the whisper of your prayers. Every sigh, every unspoken word, every moment you stayed faithful even when you didn't feel favored, all of it is being recorded in eternity. God is not distant, He is developing you for what's coming. As Jesus Himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, it is written in the book of Matthew chapter 28, verse 20. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age. That promise still stands, even in silence. His presence is your constant companion. The quiet is not rejection, it's invitation. An invitation to listen differently, to sense His presence beyond words, to trust His timing when everything feels delayed. This is the sacred silence of transformation. You are being prepared for visibility. But first you must be strengthened in secrecy. God hides His greatest treasures until they're ready. When the time comes, the very silence that once confused you will become your testimony. You'll look back and realize that heaven wasn't ignoring you, it was building you. Do not despise this quiet season. Breathe in the peace that comes with it. Let patience finish its work. Let trust stretch beyond comfort. For when the silence breaks, it will break with purpose, power, and clarity. The doors that seemed sealed will swing open, and every unanswered prayer will find its fulfillment in divine timing. Chosen one, this is your time to rest, not to retreat. Keep your spirit open, your heart pure, your hands ready. When heaven moves again, you will be positioned perfectly to receive what has been hidden for you all along. If this message has touched your heart, mark this moment with faith. Comment the prophetic number 555 below a declaration of grace and divine transition. That number is your reminder that change is not chaos. It is heaven's choreography. You are being moved into alignment, even in the silence. Every unseen battle you fought, chosen one, has been sacred ground. Heaven saw the nights when you warred in silence, when no one clapped for your endurance, when the weight of life felt heavier than your prayers. You didn't realize it then, but every hidden struggle was forging holy strength inside you. What the world couldn't see, heaven was documenting. The invisible victories you won in secret are now echoing in eternity. You've carried burdens that others couldn't handle, yet you refused to let bitterness take root. You chose forgiveness when revenge would have been easier. You kept praying even when the answers were delayed. You loved again after being betrayed. That is not weakness, that is spiritual power. Every time you refused to quit, light triumphed over darkness. Hidden battles reveal what public blessings never could. They show who you are when applause fades and when encouragement disappears. They strip away pretense and expose pure faith, the kind that doesn't depend on results but on relationship. You have been through fires meant to purify you, not punish you. What the enemy meant for destruction became heaven's classroom of endurance. Your silent victories are now speaking louder than words. Heaven has been keeping record, not just of your actions, but of your attitude, your willingness to trust when nothing made sense. Every yes whispered through tears, every prayer uttered in exhaustion, every step taken in faith when fear screamed louder. These are your holy offerings. And though you may feel unnoticed, heaven has already prepared your public reward. The time is coming when what was private will be displayed not for your glory but for His. The same tears that watered the ground of faith will produce a harvest of joy. Your story will not end in pain, it will end in purpose. There's a rhythm in the spiritual realm. Pain always precedes promotion. What you endured in secret has positioned you for favor that cannot be fabricated. You may have thought you were surviving, but in truth, you were being shaped into a vessel of divine resilience. The oil that flows from your life now is costly, because it was pressed from seasons of surrender. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. It is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 30, verse 5. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. That morning is approaching. The darkness you've walked through is not endless, it has an expiration date. Joy is coming. Not the shallow joy of circumstance, but the deep, anchored joy that only those who've endured storms can carry. You will soon realize that every hidden battle was an act of divine choreography, orchestrated for your good. So now, breathe. The pressure is not permanent. The weight you feel is about to lift. What once crushed you will soon serve you. The season of testing has not been wasted, it has prepared you for what's ahead. Heaven never allows pain without purpose. Every scar you carry is a story of survival and grace. When the unveiling comes, it won't just be about what you've gained, it will be about who you've become. Stronger, wiser, more anchored in faith, more aware of heaven's faithfulness. Your hidden battles have made you unstoppable, because you've learned the secret victory begins in the unseen. There are seasons when the path feels like wilderness. Chosen one when direction blurs, when people fade, and when every step forward feels uncertain. Yet even in this place of isolation, heaven is not punishing you, it is positioning you. The wilderness is not where dreams die, it is where destiny develops. God leads his chosen ones away from the crowd so he can teach them the sound of his voice without the noise of others. You've wondered why certain relationships ended, why doors closed without explanation, why what once felt safe suddenly felt suffocating. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. The wilderness came to strip away distractions, not to steal your joy. When God isolates you, it's because he intends to speak to you differently. You cannot hear divine strategy while surrounded by familiar voices. The silence of solitude is where revelation takes root. It is in these wilderness seasons that identity is refined. You discover who you truly are when there's no one left to impress. You learn the power of walking by faith, not sight. You stop performing for approval and start listening for assignment. This is where you learn that your worth is not measured by applause, but by the whisper of the one who called you. Moses met God in the wilderness. David was anointed while hidden among the sheep. Elijah heard the still small voice after the fire and the wind passed. The wilderness has always been heaven's workshop for world changers. You are not lost. You are being located by grace. What feels like emptiness is actually preparation. You see, isolation reveals intention. It tests motives and purifies desires, and when no one is watching, the real you is revealed, the version of you that heaven can trust with influence and authority. It's not a comfortable place, but it is a necessary one. Before the promise comes, the wilderness refines character strong enough to carry blessing without collapsing under it. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Hosea. It is written in the book of Hosea, chapter 2, verse 14. Therefore, behold, I will allure her, bring her into the wilderness, and speak tenderly to her. That verse captures your current reality. Heaven has led you into this sacred solitude to speak softly to your soul. In the wilderness, you hear his tenderness clearer than ever before. You begin to recognize that what felt like being forgotten was actually being found. You start to see that isolation was never about loneliness, it was about intimacy. When you are stripped of noise and company, you rediscover divine companionship. You learn to rest without performance, to trust without evidence, to worship without witnesses. This is the kind of intimacy that cannot be taught in public, it can only be learned in private encounter. And here lies the mystery: the wilderness is temporary, but the transformation it births is eternal. You will not wander forever. The same God who led you here has already marked the exit. When the refining is complete, you will step out with clarity that cannot be shaken, with confidence that cannot be stolen, and with peace that cannot be imitated. So endure this season, chosen one. Don't rush what heaven is still revealing. What feels like delay is divine incubation. You are being prepared for visibility. But first, you must be healed in hiddenness. The wilderness isn't the end, it's the bridge to your beginning. You have been in a waiting season, chosen one, a season that has stretched your patience, tested your endurance, and questioned your faith. You've prayed, you've prepared, you've trusted, and still, it seems as though heaven is taking its time. But the truth is, heaven has not forgotten you. Divine timing is not delay, it is design. What feels like a pause is actually precise alignment. The waiting season is not wasted time, it's working time. God is arranging the unseen, orchestrating people, places, and opportunities in ways you cannot yet perceive. You've been wondering, why is it taking so long? The answer is that what God is building for you must last. Quick blessings collapse. Eternal promises require foundation. You're not being delayed, you're being developed. Every day of silence has been strengthening your spiritual muscles. Every not yet from heaven has been carving out patience that will sustain your purpose. You are learning to trust timing over visibility, preparation over speed. God is not trying to make you wait, He is trying to make you ready. There is a difference between being willing and being prepared, and heaven is perfecting the latter in you. You must remember, impatience is often the thief of destiny. Many step ahead of divine timing and end up with what looks right but isn't blessed. The wrong timing can turn a gift into a burden. The right timing, however, transforms everything. What God brings in His time will never require you to beg for it, fight for it, or fear losing it. Sometimes God delays not to deny you, but to protect you. He will close doors you wanted because He saw what was waiting on the other side. He will hold back opportunities until your character can carry them. The waiting is not punishment, it's preservation. You are being hidden until it's safe to be seen. The apostle reminds us in his letter to the Galatians. It is written in the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." That proper time is coming. The harvest belongs to those who don't quit. You've sown faithfully, served quietly, prayed consistently, and now the soil is shifting beneath your feet. The signs may still seem subtle, but heaven's calendar has already marked your moment. What is meant for you is finding its way toward you right now. When the alignment is complete, it will happen suddenly. Doors that stayed locked for years will open without struggle. Delayed dreams will come alive as if no time has passed. What once seemed impossible will become effortless. This is the beauty of divine timing. It redeems lost time. So do not despise the wait. The delay is proof of God's intentionality. Every minute of it is preparing you for acceleration. When heaven moves, it moves swiftly and you will be ready. And now, as a prophetic act of agreement, write these words below: I trust God. Let them not be empty words, but a declaration that even in waiting, you are standing firm. When you type "I trust God," you are saying that you refuse to let impatience dictate your faith. You are aligning your heart with heaven's rhythm. You are releasing control and embracing divine timing. Your waiting is not wasted. Chosen one, the longer the preparation, the greater the glory that follows. Heaven's clock has never been late, and neither will your promise. Heaven is shifting. Chosen one, this is the moment of transfer, the mantle moment, the hour when what was promised begins to manifest. You have walked through the fire, endured refining seasons, and remained faithful through silence. What you carried in your spirit is now being released into reality. The waiting was not punishment. It was proof that you were trustworthy with power. There is a change in the spiritual atmosphere around you. Heaven has begun to redistribute authority to those who endured faithfully. This isn't about status, it's about stewardship. God is releasing new mantles, fresh assignments, divine favor, spiritual authority into the hands of those who stayed pure when others compromised. You are one of them. The fire did not burn you, it branded you. You carry the mark of endurance that heaven can trust. For every season of loss, there will be recovery. For every tear, there will be triumph. This is not the end of your waiting, it's the beginning of your walking. The mantle does not fall on the comfortable, it falls on the surrendered. That is why the path felt heavy, the test so relentless. You were being proven for promotion. Think of Elijah and Elisha. The moment of transfer required pursuit, loyalty, and faithfulness to the very end. When others gave up, Elisha stayed close, and because of that, he received a double portion. So too, your persistence has positioned you for overflow. The mantle that is being released will multiply what was once minimized. The voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus. It is written in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. You didn't need to force doors open. God has been fighting on your behalf. While you were still, heaven was active. Every battle you faced was clearing the path for your next level. The enemies that once mocked you will soon watch you rise. This is not arrogance, it's fulfillment. Heaven exalts those who walked humbly through humiliation, but with new mantles come new responsibilities. The power being entrusted to you is not for recognition, it's for restoration. You will carry healing where there has been hurt, speak peace where there has been chaos, and shine light where darkness once ruled. The same anointing that sustained you in the valley will now empower you on the mountain. This is your moment to step forward. Don't hide what heaven has placed in your hands. The world needs what you carry. You are being positioned to influence lives, to awaken faith in others who are still in their refining season. The way you endured has already preached louder than words. If this word resonates deep within your spirit, let it be known, like this message, not out of habit, but as a sign that you received the mantle prepared for you. Share it, not for popularity, but to pass on the anointing of encouragement to another weary soul. And subscribe not for numbers or routine, but as a commitment to walk with heaven's rhythm and stay connected to every word sent to strengthen you. The transfer has already begun. You can feel it in your spirit, the weight, the peace, the knowing. Heaven has chosen you not because you are the most qualified, but because you were the most willing. You said yes when it cost you everything. And now, that yes is opening gates you could never have forced open by strength alone. Chosen one, the mantle has fallen. Wear it with humility, walk in it with boldness, and let the world see what heaven can do through a surrendered heart. The crown that heaven has prepared for you, chosen one, is not ornamental, it is evidence. Evidence of battles fought, of pain endured, of faith maintained when surrender seemed easier. You have paid a cost for the glory now resting upon your life, a cost that few could have borne. The journey has been steep and the nights long, but through every breaking, heaven was shaping your head to carry a crown that will never fall. The path of the chosen is not paved with comfort. It is lined with thorns and tears, with misunderstood obedience and unseen sacrifice. You have walked through valleys that few would dare enter, yet you emerged carrying wisdom, compassion, and resilience that cannot be manufactured. What others see as your strength is actually your scars turned sacred. The crown you are destined to wear was not handed to you, it was forged in fire. Every loss was a hammer strike, every betrayal a refining flame, every unanswered prayer a molding of humility. You've learned that true power does not come from applause, but from surrender. You have been stripped of pride so you could be clothed in purpose. There were moments when the cost seemed unbearable. You questioned why obedience had to hurt so deeply, why doing the right thing often led to isolation instead of reward. But heaven saw every sacrifice. The things you released, people, opportunities, comfort, were not taken from you. They were offered by you. God measures greatness not by gain, but by what one is willing to lay down, as the Apostle Paul wrote from his own valley of endurance. It is written in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 8. Now there is in store for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day, and not only to me, but also to all who have longed for his appearing. That promise is your assurance. The crown you carry is not merely future, it is forming even now. You are learning to reign not from thrones of gold, but from altars of surrender. Each time you chose obedience over ease, you added another jewel to your unseen crown. Each time you blessed instead of cursed, forgave instead of retaliated, waited instead of rushed, you proved worthy of heaven's trust. The cost of your calling has been steep, but the return will be beyond measure. God has been refining you not to diminish you, but to make you weighty in the spirit. A lightweight soul cannot hold a heavy crown. This is why the refining could not be shortened, why the tears had to flow, why the delay stretched longer than you thought you could bear. Every cost was calculated for your preparation. You are not the same person who began this journey. The fire has purified your motives, the waiting has deepened your wisdom, and the wounds have widened your compassion. You no longer chase recognition, you carry revelation. You no longer seek comfort, you seek communion. That is the mark of the crown. So lift your head, chosen one. You are entering a season where what was costly will now be crowned. The pain that humbled you will become the platform that honors you. And when heaven places that invisible crown upon your spirit, it will not be for decoration, it will be for demonstration. The world will see through you what it means to conquer by faith, to reign by grace, and to love without limit. There comes a moment, chosen one, when heaven no longer whispers, it decrees. When what was promised moves from prophecy to manifestation. This is that moment. The time of waiting, refining, and preparing has served its purpose. Now, the atmosphere around you begins to shift because the blessing that was written for you is being activated. What was spoken in faith is about to be seen in fullness. You have prayed with consistency. You have obeyed with trembling hands. You have endured what others would not survive, and now, the reward that carries your name is being released. The delay was never denial. It was divine precision. Heaven needed everything around you to align before it could pour out what it had preserved. And now that alignment has come. Blessing is never random. It does not fall without reason, it responds to obedience. Every seed of faith you've sown is about to meet its harvest. What you whispered in private prayer is about to echo in public testimony. You may not feel ready, but heaven says you are. The same hands that carried you through fire are now opening doors no man can shut. The ancient words recorded in Romans still echo today. It is written in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Everything, yes, everything you went through has been working for your good. The betrayal, the heartbreak, the silence, the waiting, the stretching. It all built the foundation for this unveiling. God does not waste pain. He transforms it into purpose. You're about to understand why it had to happen the way it did. The dots will finally connect, and what once felt cruel will now look divine. This prophetic activation of blessing is not about possessions, it's about position. Heaven is positioning you where you belong, raising you from obscurity into influence, not for ego, but for impact. You are being placed in rooms that your name could never have opened, speaking to hearts you never planned to reach. That is what divine favor looks like. It's not luck, it's legacy. But remember, chosen one, blessings come with stewardship. What you receive is not just for you, it is meant to flow through you. The abundance being poured into your hands is meant to heal, to build, to lift others. God blesses those He can trust to be channels, not reservoirs. If you hold the blessing too tightly, it stops flowing. But when you release it freely, it multiplies. So turn and receive this moment with humility. Lift your hands in your spirit and whisper, I'm ready. Not ready because you have it all figured out, but ready because your heart is surrendered. You have proven faithful in little, and heaven can now trust you with much. The blessing will not overwhelm you, it will reveal you. If this word resonates deep within, seal it with a prophetic act of faith. Comment the number 888 below a number of new beginnings and divine renewal. When you write it, let it represent your agreement with heaven's timing, your readiness for divine increase, and your commitment to handle what's coming with grace and gratitude. This is your activation moment. Heaven is speaking, earth is responding, and your life is about to bear evidence that obedience always leads to overflow. Step into it, your blessing has been waiting for you all along. There is a shift taking place around you, chosen one, and with it comes an increase in deception. The closer you move toward destiny, the more the counterfeit begins to appear. Not every opportunity is divine. Not every door that opens is meant to be walked through. The enemy understands that he cannot destroy you, so he will attempt to distract you with imitation blessings that mimic heaven's design but lack heaven's breath. This is the battlefield of discernment. You are being called to see beyond appearances, to recognize the difference between what glitters and what is truly gold. Counterfeits often arrive dressed in familiarity, people who sound right, offers that seem right, paths that feel easy. Yet the spirit within you will whisper when something isn't aligned. Listen to that whisper. Peace is your compass. When peace departs, pay attention. You've reached a level of maturity where discernment is not optional, it's survival. The enemy doesn't tempt you with obvious sin anymore. He tempts you with comfort, convenience, and shortcuts that promise progress but lead to stagnation. You must remember the right thing at the wrong time is still the wrong thing. True blessings don't rush you. They require readiness. Many before you have fallen not because they lacked talent, but because they lacked discernment. They mistook imitation for inspiration, noise for instruction. But you have been equipped differently. Your wilderness taught you to listen. Your waiting taught you to perceive. And your pain taught you to sense the spiritual temperature of every environment you enter. You now carry an awareness that can no longer be deceived by appearance alone. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, it is written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12, "There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way to death." This truth must anchor you. The way that seems right is not always the way that is right. The counterfeit always comes before the authentic. It's heaven's test of vision. Before the real arrives, you will be tempted with something that looks like it. The challenge is not to settle for the almost, but to wait for the appointed. Discernment doesn't always shout. Sometimes it sighs. It may come as a discomfort you can't explain, a hesitation in your spirit, a sudden lack of peace. That is the Holy Spirit protecting you from agreements that would cost your destiny. You must learn to pause when your spirit feels uneasy, even if everything around you looks appealing. Heaven's timing never demands you to ignore inner warning. The enemy will attempt to mirror your miracle, to send you people who look supportive but drain your strength. Opportunities that promise growth but compromise integrity. Relationships that stimulate emotion but suffocate purpose. You must be wise enough to recognize the pattern and strong enough to walk away. Walking away is not loss, it's protection. Your discernment is sharpening because your influence is expanding. God cannot elevate you into environments you cannot perceive. To carry divine authority, you must also carry divine awareness. This is why He allowed betrayal. It trained your spiritual senses. You now recognize manipulation disguised as kindness, deception hidden behind charisma. What once fooled you now fuels you. So guard your peace like treasure. Test every invitation, weigh every word, and trust the voice within more than the noise without. Heaven is aligning you with authenticity, but it requires your cooperation. The counterfeit will always come first to see if you'll settle. Refuse it and watch the true blessing unfold. You are being trained not just to walk in power, but to walk in purity. And purity of purpose is protected by discernment. The next season of your life will not demand more effort, it will demand more awareness. There are moments in divine history when heaven rewrites time. Chosen one when what was lost is recalled, restored, and returned in multiplied measure. You are standing in such a moment. The seasons that seemed wasted, the years that slipped through your hands like sand, the opportunities that vanished before they could bloom, all of it is being revisited by the mercy of God. The years you thought were gone have not been deleted. They have been stored, waiting for this precise hour of restoration. Heaven's mathematics are unlike man's. Where the world counts loss as reduction, God counts it as investment. Every tear, every sacrifice, every quiet act of faith was a seed sown into eternity's soil. And now, heaven is commanding harvest to spring forth from every buried moment. Nothing has been wasted, not even your pain. You have been through seasons that seemed unfair. You've given love and received betrayal. You've built faithfully and watched others walk away. You've poured out kindness and reaped misunderstanding. But God saw every exchange, every wound, every disappointment. Justice belongs to Him, and He is a God who restores balance with abundance. He does not merely give back what was taken, He multiplies it. There is a divine order to restoration. It does not come through striving, it comes through surrender. It begins the moment you stop chasing what left and start trusting what's ahead. The past cannot return in the same form, but its purpose will reappear in new glory. God never restores things exactly as they were. He restores them better, stronger, and richer in wisdom. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Joel. It is written in the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 25. I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten, the cankerworm, the caterpillar, and the palmer worm, my great army which I sent among you. This promise was not only for ancient Israel. It echoes for every soul who has endured seasons of devouring. What was stolen by time, consumed by chaos, or destroyed by deceit is being recalled by divine decree. Heaven keeps perfect records. Every minute you spent waiting, every opportunity that slipped away before its season, all of it is being reconfigured for redemption. Restoration is not only about recovery, it is about realization. Through loss, you learned who you are. Through pain, you discovered what truly matters. Through disappointment, you grew into discernment. The restoration that comes now will not return you to where you were, it will raise you higher than you've ever been. The favor of restoration doesn't just rebuild your life, it renews your vision. You'll begin to see that even the ruins were part of a greater plan. The ashes of old seasons will soon shimmer with beauty. The relationships that broke you will be replaced by connections that build you. The resources that were withheld will flow freely, and the peace that once seemed distant will feel near again. You may not see it all yet, but it has already begun. Restoration doesn't always arrive with noise. Sometimes it begins with a shift in your spirit, a sudden sense of calm after years of confusion. That calm is heaven's first sign that the repayment process has started. Do not mourn the lost years anymore. They are not gone. They are returning, redeemed and renewed. The God who called you has never forgotten what you lost. He is the Redeemer of time, and your story is about to prove it. The awakening has begun. Chosen one. What started quietly within you is about to resound like thunder through generations. You were never called for isolation alone. Your transformation carries a ripple meant to touch nations. Heaven has been preparing not just a person, but a movement, a living testimony that faith still moves mountains and light still overcomes darkness. The change in you is not personal. It's prophetic. Every tear you cried became a seed for someone else's healing. Every lesson learned in pain is now wisdom the world desperately needs. The way you rose from ashes is not only for your redemption, it's a pattern heaven will use to awaken others who feel forgotten. You have become a living example that God still breathes purpose into brokenness. The nations will not be shaken by eloquence or influence, but by authenticity, and that is what you carry. You are not called to perform, you are called to reveal. The same fire that purified you will ignite faith in those who see your journey. You were never meant to blend in with the noise. You were destined to be a clear trumpet of truth. There will be people who find freedom through your testimony. People who are watching silently, waiting for proof that endurance pays off. They won't need you to be perfect. They'll need you to be real. Your obedience will break generational patterns. Your faith will spark revival in hearts you may never meet. That is the power of a chosen one awakened. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, it is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. That command is not a suggestion, it's a call. Rise into the fullness of what you were created to carry. Shine not to be seen, but to make him seen through you. The glory that now rests upon your life was never meant to remain hidden. You have been entrusted with light for a dark generation, with hope for those who have forgotten how to hope. Do not underestimate what your yes will accomplish. Your obedience will echo beyond geography and time. Every message you share, every act of kindness, every prayer you whisper, these are ripples forming waves that will touch shores you will never step on. You are part of heaven's awakening, and your influence will outlive you. And as this movement grows, so must its reach. If these words have stirred something in your spirit, let it be known. Like this message, not for recognition, but to testify that you feel the shift. Share it not as content, but as a seed of awakening to someone else's soul. Subscribe not as a follower, but as a covenant partner in spreading light through every message heaven releases here. And finally, comment these 3 words below: light is rising. Let them be your declaration, your agreement with heaven's call. When you type those words, you're not just interacting with text, you're joining a prophetic declaration over your own life that your light will no longer be dimmed, your voice will no longer be silenced, and your destiny will no longer be delayed. The awakening of nations begins with the awakening of one soul, and heaven has chosen yours to begin the ripple. Let the world see what happens when obedience turns into fire. There are moments, chosen one, when mercy whispers for the final time before silence settles. Not because God desires distance, but because delay can no longer be justified. You are standing in one of those sacred, sobering hours, heaven's final warning. It does not come to frighten, but to awaken. It is the call that separates the distracted from the devoted, the hesitant from the obedient. Mercy has been patient with you. It has waited through your doubts, endured your hesitation, and covered your mistakes. Each time you wandered, grace reached for you again. But even grace has seasons, and there comes a point when mercy no longer pleads, it prepares to move forward. Heaven's work will not pause forever. You are being urged to choose before the moment passes. You've felt it, the internal tug between conviction and compromise. You've heard the still small voice asking for full surrender. And perhaps you've delayed, convincing yourself there's still time. But heaven is declaring that time itself is shifting. The opportunities once open are narrowing, not from anger, but from acceleration. The timeline of your calling cannot wait on hesitation. The Spirit spoke through the prophet Ezekiel. It is written in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18, verse 32. "For I take no pleasure in the death of anyone, declares the sovereign Lord. Repent and live." These words are not echoes of judgment. They are invitations to life. The warning is not against you, it is for you. Heaven still desires your alignment, still longs to bless, still intends to fulfill what was promised. But mercy must eventually yield to justice, and grace must step aside for truth. Many reach this point and turn back because surrender feels too costly. But what is truly costly is rebellion. Every act of resistance against divine instruction steals light from your path. Every delay hardens the heart that once burned with conviction. Heaven will not wrestle with unwillingness forever. What God offers freely today may require tears tomorrow if ignored. This is the hour to return completely. Half obedience will no longer sustain the next season. You cannot carry both divine fire and worldly comfort. You must choose what matters most. The line has been drawn, not by man, but by heaven itself. Those who stand firm in obedience will see miracles unfold before their eyes. Those who remain lukewarm will watch opportunity pass them by. Heaven's warning is also heaven's mercy. It means God still cares enough to call your name, still believes in your capacity to respond. His tone may sound urgent, but his heart is still tender. He does not seek to condemn you. He seeks to complete you. Every delay you release, every compromise you abandon, every hidden thing you surrender draws you back under divine covering. Do not misinterpret silence as safety. The absence of consequence is not approval, it is patience. But patience, too, has its appointed end. The Spirit is calling you, one last time, to return without resistance, to yield without argument. The window is still open, but it narrows with every heartbeat. The next move belongs to you. Heaven has spoken. The question remains, will you listen before the wind shifts? For once mercy moves on, it does not turn back. And now, chosen one, the waiting ends. The refining has accomplished its purpose. The silence has spoken its wisdom, and the journey that once felt endless is unfolding into fulfillment. Heaven has watched you walk through fire without surrendering your faith. You stood when others fell, believed when others doubted, and obeyed when it cost you everything. And now, the crown that was being forged in those hidden hours is ready to rest upon your spirit. This is the coronation of the faithful. It is not a moment of earthly ceremony, but of eternal recognition. The unseen realm has taken notice. Heaven celebrates the one who refused to bow to despair. Angels mark this hour as the fulfillment of what was written long before you were born. Your endurance has met its reward. You do not step into this coronation with pride, but with reverence. For every scar you carry, Heaven sees as proof of loyalty. Every season of pain is now rewritten as a chapter of purpose. The weight that once bent your back now becomes the foundation of your authority. You are not being celebrated for perfection, but for persistence. As the Apostle Peter proclaimed to those who suffered faithfully, it is written in the first letter of Peter, chapter 5, verse 4, "And when the chief shepherd appears, you will receive the crown of glory that will never fade away." That promise belongs to you. The crown of glory is not ornamental, it is empowerment. It signifies that heaven trusts you to reign with wisdom, to lead with love, to walk with humility even as you carry divine strength. What was once a battlefield is now your testimony ground. You wear your victory not as decoration but as identification. This moment is sacred. The weight of it is spiritual, not visible. You may not feel a crown upon your head, but your soul feels lighter because you've exchanged suffering for sovereignty, endurance for elevation. The heavens have declared your season complete. The wilderness no longer defines you. You are stepping into fullness unapologetically, unshakably, undeniably chosen. Every test that seemed cruel was actually preparation. Every delay that felt endless was precise timing. Every storm that broke you was breaking what could no longer go with you. The ashes of your past now shine as proof that nothing surrendered to God is ever wasted. The very pain that threatened to silence you has now become your coronation song. This is not the end of your story, it is the revelation of its purpose. You will walk differently now. There will be peace in your steps, clarity in your decisions, and strength in your voice. The battles that once terrified you will no longer shake you, for you now know who stands beside you. The King who crowned you also surrounds you. You are a living testament that faith wins, that obedience outlasts opposition, that surrender always leads to glory. And though this chapter closes, the echo of your yes will continue to resound through eternity. Rise, crowned one. Step forward without fear. The heavens are open, the angels are watching, and the world is about to witness the radiance of one who endured and overcame. Beloved chosen one, the journey has reached its divine conclusion, but not its end. What began as a whisper from heaven has become a roar of destiny within you. You have walked through revelation, warning, awakening, and now coronation. Each word you've heard was not simply written, it was spoken for you. Heaven did not bring you here by chance. This was orchestration, not coincidence. You have crossed through the fire and discovered that the flames did not consume you, they refined you. You've seen that obedience opens what effort cannot, and that waiting is never wasted when God is involved. The message that has reached your heart is simple yet eternal. You are chosen, you are equipped, and you are ready. Heaven has poured into you through every section, preparing you not only to survive but to lead, to shine, and to awaken others. But now, the choice is yours. What will you do with what you've received? The purpose of revelation is transformation. These words are meant to ignite action, to turn knowledge into movement, faith into fire. Look at what has changed within you. The fear that once held you no longer has power. The confusion that clouded your vision has cleared. You have been reminded of who you are: light in darkness, strength in stillness, peace in chaos. You are not waiting for a new word. You are becoming the word lived out loud. The voice of God has not finished speaking. It will continue through your obedience, through your kindness, through your courage to stand apart. Every step you take from this moment forward is an act of faith echoing across generations. You were never meant to read these words and stay the same. You were meant to rise and carry the sound of heaven into your world. And as you do, let this be a moment of connection, not just between us, but between every chosen one awakening around the world. Like this message, not out of habit, but to seal it in agreement. Share it so that another weary soul might find direction again. Comment below the phrase, "I am chosen," as a declaration, not for recognition, but as a spiritual reminder of identity. And if you have not yet, subscribe, because what comes next is not the end of inspiration, but the continuation of revelation. Every word that follows will build upon this foundation, guiding you deeper into strength, peace, and divine purpose. Remember this truth as you go. Heaven has invested too much in you for your story to end here. Walk forward with the calm authority of one who knows your best days are not behind you. They are unfolding right now. Rise, chosen one. The world is waiting for your light.